Hey, folks, welcome to InTheMoneyStocks.com's live trading action video. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here. Today's date is Tuesday, January 16th, 2018. Well, folks, the spiders are up a little bit today. This is the S&P 500 essentially tracking ETF on the daily chart. And again, you can see the volume's decent for just being in the early afternoon. It's not amazing, but it's decent. But again, notice the little reversal that's being staged today. And on the S&P 500 here, it doesn't really look that impressive. But what's catching my eye here, and that what I think every investor needs to pay attention to, is the high-flying stocks that are staging reversals today. So one of the best examples today would be Boeing. Boeing's been on a ridiculous move higher. Even today, it was up as much as really, it was up basically $10 at one point today, but it's now barely positive, up 60 cents. Look at that reversal on the daily chart. That is forming a topping tail. Topping tails are bearish reversal signals. Definitely worth watching. In addition, if you're a methodology revealed person, meaning you've taken the PPT methodology course, methodology revealed is what the name is, you can see clearly a time count here going up into today, which would signal the potential for a retrace or a reversal. And sure enough, you're getting that topping tail. Now, listen, we still have about 2.5 hours left in trading today, so we have to see where this thing closes. But this is definitely getting my attention. Now, it's not just this stock. It's other leading stocks as well. So, for instance, take a look at Amazon. Take a look at this. Beautiful little pivot high, pivot high, pivot high, pivot high. We tagged that. Look at the reversal being staged today. Still up $11.50, but this was up $25+ at one point today. I mean, this was up huge on the day. It almost went to $13.40 here. So again, think about that. It's actually already basically $23 off the high. I mean, that's humongous. That's a humongous reversal. And you also have almost a topping tail forming here as well, which is definitely worth keeping an eye on, plus this trend line. Other leading stocks, take a look at Microsoft today. Look at that reversal being staged here on Microsoft. After being higher, the stock goes negative. You could basically a dime a dozen. Let's take a look at Google, another leading stock recently. Take a look at that reversal. Look at that. That's a nasty reversal. Google's now gone negative on the day. Some other leading indicators that I think are worth noting. The Russell is now negative, down 1/3% or 52 cents on the IWM. Remember, the Russell is the small cap ETF, basically tracking the Russell 2000. And again, for this to be down 55 cents, that's not a bad sell-off. That's a very strong reversal from a positive open, a strong open. And again, very, very weak signal. In addition, the IYT, look at this. This is the transports. The transports have sharply gone negative now, down $1.20 on the day. Look at the run up, though. I mean, they've had a ridiculous run, but again, this is a great little reversal here underway that is worth, without a doubt, keeping a monitoring eye on. And again, remember, the IYT is a leading indicator. The Russell is a leading indicator. All right, so again, you haven't seen the S&P go negative. The Dow pierced 26,000 today, which was very impressive, but it's now below, but still green on the day. The Dow is still doing very, very well on the day. Take a look at the DIA. It's reversed pretty nicely, but it's still up $1.12 on the day, and this is the ETF that tracks the Dow Jones Industrial Average. But again, I would say the biggest things investors should be paying attention to, the leading stocks that are reversing. So these are stocks that have led the whole entire rally, especially in the new year, just shooting up ridiculous amounts. They've reversed. Then the IYT, which is the transportation index, the Russell, which is the small caps, have reversed and gone negative. And lastly, I think it's worth noting that the VXX, which is the volatility ETF, is up substantially today, almost 4%. The VIX itself is up over 10% today. And what I think is so miraculous, and what I've stressed to our members here at InTheMoneyStocks.com, is that the VIX at the start of the year, the Dow's up over 1,000 points since the start of the year. The VIX is up close to 20%. So that's very unusual. Now, granted, people are buying protection, which is why the VIX could stay somewhat strong. But the VIX staying strong when the Dow's going up 1,000 points, the VIX being strong would be if the VIX was flat for that entire time. Then you'd still be like, wow, you see the VIX? That's held up very, very well. The fact that the VIX is up 20% when the Dow's gone up 1,000 points, there is something going on there, folks. And again, I don't pretend to know exactly what the news break is going to be or what the heck is going on here, but there is something underneath the market here that the big boys know is coming, or at least someone knows is coming, and they are accumulating the heck out of the VIX over the last 2 weeks. They are accumulating the heck out of it. And again, you could see from the VXX having a good day, you could see it's just continuing today. But something is amiss there, and it's definitely worth keeping a close eye on. So pay attention to that, folks, in the coming days. By the way, Facebook's gone negative today. I mean, there's a lot of these leading stocks that have really reversed pretty substantially. So what does this all mean? Bottom line is when you put the big names reversing, the IYT, the transports, the Russell reversing, going negative today, what to me it means is that we're very close, if not at a top today. The fact that you're getting a bunch of topping tails on leading stocks like Amazon and Boeing, definitely a potential top for those particular stocks, especially Boeing with a time count. Keep an eye on things here, folks. This could be the top. We'll have to find out in a couple days, in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. We'll have to look back on it and find out. But the signals are definitely there for a major top in the market. What I want to see in the market is continued selling today. I want to see increased volume, which means institutions starting to dump. Those would be signals that would continue to add credence to this possibility here. All right, guys, bottom line is get involved. I already put out new trades in the research center that we are in the money on this morning. Get involved. Take the 7-day free trial to the research center. Profit with the best in the world. Again, especially when markets get crazy here, this is when you're going to need the experts analyzing the charts and giving you exact entry and exit points. Come over to InTheMoneyStocks.com. Profit with the best. Take care.